Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The memory of Auschwitz means the memory of the importance of freedom, justice, tolerance, and the respect of human rights. This is a direct quote from the President of Poland, President Bronisław. Don't think I'm ever going to pronounce it correctly. The President of Poland and his country held the 70th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz on the 27th of January 2015. With this, I'm going to give you a little bit of information about what the Holocaust means, what these people endured while in the Holocaust, and how they celebrate the memory of those lives lost, and what they endured. A few things that we do know about the Holocaust in a general sense is that the Auschwitz was the biggest and the deadliest of them all. The Auschwitz was most commonly known for its gas chambers, but also its scientific studies. Auschwitz performed so many scientific studies on so many different people, and by scientific studies I mean they treated them the way we treat lab rats these days. They injected them with diseases, with medications, with all kinds of unimaginable things that in a sense burned them from the inside out, almost the way that a lot of them were burned from the outside in the gas chambers. With the thought of the gas chambers, I wanted to figure out the meaning of Holocaust. So I wanted to find out the meaning of the Holocaust. On the History.com website, in the 2009 article titled The Holocaust, I found out the word-for-word meaning of Holocaust. It is a Greek word, and the Greek words holo means whole, and kaustos means burned. The literal translation of Holocaust is burned whole, which is very fitting considered what happened to people in the Holocaust. Along with this knowledge, I did want to add one thing, not to put this man in any kind of positive light, because there's no way that can happen. Anti-Semitism, however, did not begin with Hitler, and anti-Semitism is the hostility or prejudice towards Jews. The European roots of anti-Semitism are still unclear, but it is known that it did not start with Hitler. Now that we know a little bit more about the camps, I would like to tell you a little bit through their eyes. The eyewitnesses' eyes of the Auschwitz. There is a quote from an eyewitness, Lotte Weiss, as she stated in an article written by Stephanie Wood on January 23, 2015, in the Sydney Morning Herald, and the article was called The Voice of the Auschwitz Survivor. Her quote that touched me so very dearly was the quote that said, "It was a strange and terrible smell." That's all. She's talking about the smell of burning human flesh. She's talking about the fact that while she was in Auschwitz, she's the only one of her family that made it out. Her brothers, sisters, mother, father, and cousins. She's the only one who made it out. So in those years that she was in the Holocaust, at one point, she smelled the burning flesh of her own family, which is such a terrible and unimaginable torture to a human being. In the Auschwitz alone, 1.5 million lives were lost, and most of those were European Jews. In the New York Times, there was an article written, "Outliving Horror for 70 Years and Never Forgetting," written on January 28, 2015 by Joanna Berndt. She told us a lot about the memorial. That's what I went through. Through this article, I found out a lot about what was done at the memorial. It is the liberation of 70 years, which means that was when everything was done in the Auschwitz. Those people were freed, and everybody who was there was let go. The 60th anniversary of the Auschwitz had over 1,500 survivors attend, but the 70th only had 300. And that is because these people are in their 90s and 100s. That's pretty impressive age. But the the eyewitness memory of the Auschwitz lives with them. The best way to sustain their memory is to make sure that these memorials go on every 10 years, that we don't let people forget what happened, and that no kind of racist act like this can ever be done again. I would like to finish what I have to say with something that really touched me when I thought about it. In our lifetime, we will hear of the last survivor of the Holocaust, the Auschwitz, the Second World War passing. In our lifetime, that will happen. But with that passing, we cannot let their memory fade. We can never forget what happened, and with that, we have to make sure that nothing like this ever happens again. Thank you.